Is ChatGTP liberal? Is Elon upset because ChatGPT is saying something different than what he believes? ChatGTP, just like any other AI technology, is far from neutral. It's value laden, and it's not a surprise that its outputs favor certain interests or social groups. I've studied this for the last 20 years, and I'm also a data scientist. So let me show you how I take apart something like ChatGTP and look at it at 4 different layers. First, think about the existence and why someone would want to create this. Right? OpenAI is largely about commercial profit, and they've spent years developing this. Hundreds of researchers used terabytes of data, just an enormous amount of compute to create all of this. Next, take a look at where the data came from for building this. Right? Often things like books and Wikipedia. They didn't, for example, go and take a look at talk radio, which is well known in the United States as being conservative, and use that to build ChatGTP. Besides choosing the type of training data that goes into any AI, there's also another level of filters, because there might be some books that they declare inappropriate and don't want the model to learn from them. Just like you don't show your kids every possible book there is in existence. As my earlier videos have shown, one of the things about ChatGTP is that it had human feedback or reinforcement learning during its design. So a fair question is to ask, what kind of feedback was that? What were the values embedded in those forms that it was asking for feedback? So if we take a look at the form, we'll see that there's questions about what's fact and opinion, what moral judgment is, and these were questions that OpenAI got to decide. They also picked out who was going to answer these questions. But for example, if you gave these questions to another society, say somebody as extreme as the Taliban, your chat product would be trained quite differently. Another step where you'll see the values is the post-processing, where often when you're building these AI models, you might have separate models that detect behaviors that you're worried about, such as, is the model racist? Could be one. You see this, for example, with Stable Diffusion, where they have a separate model that detects if the output is safe for work or not safe for work. So these AIs are far from neutral. There's lots of decisions that go into training these models that carry values with them that are embedded in these models.